Hi students, welcome to our classroom. I am S.K. Mehta with new chapter of your eco. The name of chapter is Food Security in India. So, what is the name of chapter? Food Security in India. What does it mean? What what is the meaning of food security? In plain language, if we say that in India, the food should be available for everyone. That is the plain meaning of food security in India. So in literary terms or in economic terms, we can say that food security means availability, accessibility and affordability of food to all the people at all the times. The poor households are more vulnerable to food insecurity whenever they are in a problem. Whenever any type of problem is there, so poor people, they are food insecure in any of the country, not in even our country, in any of the country, this is the main problem. So about the food security, we see that food is an essential part for living, as the air is essential for breathing. But food security means something more than getting 2 square of meals for the people. Means if they are surviving with a 2 square of food, then we can see they are food secure in India. So there are some dimensions of food security in India. First one is availability of food. There are three dimensions. First one is the availability of food. It means the production within the country. It may be that food may be imported and even previous year stock which is stored in the government granaries. So that should be the meaning that food should be available in India by any means. Then second point is accessibility of food. That means that food should be within the reach of every person. Accessibility means the food should be within the reach of each and every person in the country. Then third dimension is affordability. Affordability means that any individual that should have enough money to buy the sufficient, safe and even nutritious food to meet its or to meet his or her dietary needs. So these are the three dimensions. First one is availability, second one is accessibility, and third one is affordability. So food security is ensured. In this way, food security is ensured in the country only if enough food is available for all the person. Second one, we can say all the person should have the capacity to buy the food of acceptable quality. That quality also matters in this case. They should be having that capacity to buy that food. Then third one is there should not be any barrier on access to food. So these are the again factors about the food security in India. Then why food security? Why food security is required at all? Suppose in any of the country, poorest section of the society that might be food insecure most of the time if they are below the rather if they are above the poverty line, mostly sorry, poorest section of the society might be food insecure most of the time, while other persons, those who are above the poverty line, they also might be in that same category in case of natural calamities. In case of natural calamities, even the people those who are above the poverty line, they can be food insecure. Otherwise, the poor section of the society, they are almost food insecure in that condition. So natural calamities like earthquake, drought, flood, tsunami, then widespread failure of crops causing famine. Famine also, that is one sort of natural calamity. If these things or these natural calamities are occurring, that means even the people those who are above the poverty line, they can be food insecure. Clear? So these are the some conditions how we can say that people are in this condition affected by these natural calamities, and for that purpose we can say that food security is required in the country. So in the case of famine, so some of the example we have given. In case of famine, which is characterized by the widespread death due to starvation and epidemics. Epidemics also, these are caused because of post use of contaminated water and decaying food, and which causes the loss of body resistance due to weakening from starvation. So these are the some of the conditions how the famine that is affecting this food security in India. So one of the example it is given that most devastating famine that occurred in India in 1943 in Bengal. So that famine killed some 30 lakhs of people in alone Bengal provinces that during the British period. So in that most of the people affected during the famine in Bengal province, that is agricultural laborer, then fishermen, then transport workers, then other casual laborers, they were affected by this famine in that particular time. So in 1970s, food security was understood as the availability all the times of adequate supply of basic food stuff. So that was understood in 1970. Then later on in 1995, World Food Summit declared that food security at the individual, household, regional, national, and even global level exist when all the people, all the time, have physical and economic access to sufficient, safe, and nutritious food to meet their dietary need and food preferences. So this was as per the, you can say, World Food Summit that was declared in 1995, that food security at individual household, then regional, national and global level, it exists when all the people all the time have physical and economic access to sufficient, safe and nutritious food to meet their dietary requirements. So this was about the understanding of food security in 1970, then later on in 1995. Then, then no doubt that after that famine which occurred in Bengal, that had not happened again in India, but if we say today also some area in India like Kalahandi and Kashipur in Odisha, these are the places where famine like situation that is occurring for many years. And in some of the area like Baran district of Rajasthan, Kolamau district of Jharkhand, and in many other remote areas during this recent time, many deaths that occurred because of starvation. Because of starvation, many deaths that were seen in India recently. So no doubt, famine, hardly the famines occurring in India nowadays, but still conditions are like this in some of the part of our country, like starvation. Because of that, many people are still dying. So who who are food insecure in our country? If we say that, who are insecure, or who are food insecure in India? So although a large section of people suffer from food and nutrition insecurity in India, but worst affected worst affected people are landless people with a very little or even no land on which they can depend, then traditional artisans, then even self-employed workers, then some of the people like beggars. So they are mostly food insecure in India. In urban areas, so many people, those who are having some occupation in ill-paid areas, means the people, those who are getting very less wages, they are also like casual workers. So they are also food insecure in urban areas in our country. Then comes, if we say that in social composition, many people are food insecure, like SC, ST, and some sections of OBC, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and some sections of OBC, that is other backward classes also. That is the lower part of that caste. So they are also sorry, they are also food insecure in our country. Then in our country, some regions are again, in this case of distribution, in some of the areas food insecure people are more, and in some areas food insecure people are less. So in some of the states like UP, and in UP also eastern and southern eastern part, then Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, West Bengal, Chhattisgarh, part of Madhya Pradesh, and even Maharashtra, many people are food insecure in the country. Then another aspect of food insecure, that is hunger also. Hunger is another aspect of indicating the food insecurity. So there are two type of hunger: chronic hunger and even seasonal hunger. Chronic hunger, that is the poor people, those who are quite poor, they are suffering from chronic hunger because their income is quite low. So they are coming under this category of chronic hunger. And second one is seasonal hunger. So seasonal hunger is some people, those who are getting the work during a particular season only. So for rest of the time, they are uh, affected by seasonal hunger. Now, now if we uh, see in our country, in our country, there are many steps taken by the government, especially to become self-sufficient in case of food grains since independence. Since independence, our country that was aiming to become self-sufficient, especially in case of food grains. So in that, many policies that were made to achieve the self-sufficiency in food grains. Then in our country, especially one program that was started in 1960, and that was of Green Revolution. So in this, our country that could somehow achieve the self-sufficiency, especially in the production of food grains. So that time Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, she officially recorded that how the strides of green revolution, especially in agriculture, by releasing some sort of mm, program like wheat revolution in July 1968. So that was the time when wheat revolution that came in India, and after some time that was you can say replicated. That was replicated by rice, or in case of rice also we could get self-sufficiency in the production. So we can say that in some of the states like Punjab, Haryana, and even Western Uttar Pradesh, lot of production that could achieve by these states during the green revolution period. So in some of the states like MP, Maharashtra, then Bihar, Odisha, and northeastern state, in these type of states, no doubt green revolution activities were quite less, or that green revolution was not successful. But in case of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and some other states like Karnataka, they have even recorded significance in the rice production or rice yields during green revolution. So here in this chapter, two stories are given. How we can say that one in one story, the particular individual, how he was just uh, suffering from poverty, and how the another man, how he could survive because of PDS system that was started in India. So the story of Ramu and story of Ahmad, if you read, then you will come to know that how the people, they were not able to survive because of poverty, and for them we can say that these type of people required food security in India. And because of that food security, in another story you will see that how that particular Ahmad Ahmad, a rickshaw puller, how he was surviving because of the system that was started by our country in India. So now for the self-sufficiency, how the Indian government, the system started by that government in India, that we will see in the next class. So I think enough for today. Rest of the topic we will cover in the next class. Okay. By the time you can leave the meeting.